Do you feel like 2020 is the end of the world? I do too. What's going on, guys? My name's Sebastian. This is Resell Junkie. If you're new here, my wife and I, we sell used stuff online and we teach others how to do the same. If you want to grab our free beginners course, the link's in the bio. But today what we're talking about is how to make money during all this crazy nonsense that's going on in the world. This isn't like a political video. I don't care about your opinions on guns and what I'm going to talk about. So if you are offended by guns and weaponry and cool guy stuff, just click off now. So let's just get into it. To really offend people right off the bat, you can sell guns, but I'm not going to teach you how to do that right now because that's not my place. There's a lot of local laws. There's a lot of things that you need to figure out yourself. I am not condoning you buying and selling guns whatsoever. What I'm going to talk to you about is all the parts you can sell on these guns. Now, before anyone gets crazy, very clear, there's no magazine, there's nothing in this firearm, okay? Just to prove my point, boom. That would have been so funny if it would have shot it. I would have shot it in the roof. Moving on, but yeah, parts. So this is my Glock 19. Now we could buy and sell this, but we can also buy and sell the slide, night sights on it, the grip, the trigger, and then we can also sell the magazine to it. Lots of little parts on these. People sell holsters all the time on Facebook. Like, you can find this stuff on Craigslist. It's not illegal or hard to find holsters. Like, I found these things at thrift stores before. Some of these things can sell for a lot of money, and this one retails, I think, for like 60 or 70 bucks brand new, but there is even more expensive ones that retail for hundreds of dollars. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna find that at a thrift store, but you may find it locally on the classifieds as someone selling their gun parts. Totally a great market. People buy holsters all the time, they sell fast. Now, when it comes to magazines, things like AR mags are always gonna sell great. Glock mags are always gonna sell great, just because they're universal for a lot of different firearms. You can use Glock mags and ARs and just all these little things. So there are definitely more popular brands and things to look out for, or at least firearm models to go after. But for the most part, gun parts do sell pretty well. People spend a lot of money on customizing these firearms. They really do, guys. It's a great little niche to be in if you can find this stuff locally. That's the hard part, is finding used inventory when it comes to these things, because a lot of people don't sell it. Most people buy guns and they hold on to them. Like, we've sold a lot of things just to pay bills, but this isn't one of them. Cheyenne and I agreed that this is something that's not valuable money-wise for us. It's staying in our house. It doesn't matter how poor we get, the firearm doesn't leave. A lot of people feel the same way, unfortunately, so it is hard to find used stuff. But my theory with this, I think the economy is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So yes, a lot of people are going to be buying a lot of guns and they're going to be holding them. But I also do firmly believe that a lot of people are going to have to liquidate their collections just to pay bills. So I think there will be opportunities to purchase this kind of stuff in the following year or so. People love their guns. People don't give this stuff away, so you really have to have a good connection. But I wanted to just kind of show you guys that gun parts can definitely be sold for money, and it's a very legitimate way to make money. So moving on to number 2, this you'll actually be able to find locally all of the time, but people skip over it. Clothes. Camo, especially camo right now. Now, these are hunting pants by Cabela's. This isn't like military camo or military issue, but military clothes and hunting clothes are awesome, especially for these preppers, for these outdoors people that are really gonna hunker down and get prepared and just buy all these things right now. Camo always sells well, and certain military items sell really well. Now again, a lot of military stuff is complete junk. It's surplus for a reason, but you can really find some good stuff if you know what you're looking for. You gotta dive down that rabbit hole. Military stuff is pretty easy to look up by the NSN number. It's always there, at least usually if the tag's there. You can look the items up and see what they're selling for before you buy it. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, just make sure it's in good condition. One thing I learned about camos, if it's a technical fabric like a Gore-Tex, it will bring more money rather than just like a pair of like basic camo pants. So definitely look for more advanced fabrics and insulated jackets. Those tend to definitely do the best. Don't skip over clothing. Don't think that preppers aren't buying a bunch of this stuff, because they are. This stuff sells great year-round, but now that people are gonna be a little bit more paranoid about the world. Lastly, in the beginning of this video, you saw this. Now, going back to the whole gun thing, automatic knives are not legal in all places. There's a lot of things that you need to worry about. I am not telling you to go out there and sell automatic knives like this. You can sell knives, you can do all that good stuff, but again, it depends on your localities, because some places don't even want like certain blade links, right? Like, they want you to have a knife with like a blade link like that. Then they see me over here just waving this thing around. Crazy. Knives are an awesome way to make money. People sell them all the time locally, and you can often find large collections of them. This is my same theory with the gun thing, where I think a lot of people will most likely be liquidating things this next year. And I think knives are a great opportunity because most people buy knives to collect them. Most people buy guns to shoot them and have fun and to protect themselves. The average collector knife owner carries maybe 1 to 3 of their knives on a daily basis. Then the rest of them just sit there, literally in their closet, and they just like play with them randomly sometimes around the house. But most knives are not carried by knife collectors. I don't want to say that there's less value to them, but there's less practical purpose for a collectible pocket knife than there would be, say, like a firearm or like a work knife. I do think you'll be able to find some good deals. This is just a cheap Junko automatic that I've kept over the years, but I actually got this from a guy in Utah when I bought his collection of nice knives. He had Spydercos, he had Benchmades. I bought his whole collection and this came with it, and I've just kept it over the years. It's really junky. This is an awful knife, but I keep it as just a fun thing. This is why I keep it, really. Just when I'm in the thrift store and I want to open a box, it's just fun. It makes people look. I don't know. It's just so satisfying to press the button. But again, a lot of laws associated with automatic knives. You're technically not supposed to sell automatic knives on eBay, but people do it all the time. I am not suggesting you sell automatic knives or spring-loaded knives or any of that on eBay. It is against their rules, so please do your due diligence again before selling any of this stuff. I am not a lawyer. I am just a crazy guy with a bunch of guns and knives. Take it for what it's worth. These are legitimate things that you can find right now during this crazy time that people are buying and that people will be selling when they get really, really desperate, which I assume they will. So guys, if this was helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help our small channel grow. If you want more behind the scenes stuff, Instagram at ResellJunkie_, and then TikTok at ResellJunkie. But until next time, my name's Sebastian. Cheers.